The TVP T-5051 is a Czechoslovakian Tier 10 medium tank. It was a joint project by Škoda and Czechoslovakian Kolbendanek factories. The discussion to determine the tank's characteristics started on January 14, 1950, but the project was discontinued on March 4, 1950 by the Czechoslovakian Military of Defense. During this period, no prototypes were manufactured, and the vehicle only existed in blueprints. Before we get into some gameplay, let's just see the pros and cons of this vehicle. The gun is good with good gun depression, aiming time and accuracy. Compared to the other autoloaders, this tank has extremely fast reload time between shots in a magazine. Also, the relative reload of the full magazine is pretty short. Even though the gun is good, the penetration is not in par with other medium tanks. Even though the reloads are pretty good, the alpha is very low and the burst damage is the worst of any autoloaders. The vehicle has very high top speed, traverse speed and power to weight ratio. The view range on the tank is good for a tier 10 because it can reach 445 meters without coated optics, binos or food. The armor is low and is almost non-existent, and the HP is comparable to Batchat. Also, comparing to the Batchat, the silhouette is pretty large. In World of Tanks, the TVP T-5051 marks the end of the Czechoslovakian medium line, but let's just see how it fares in some gameplay. Hello guys and welcome back to World of Tanks Ace Tanker series, and as you can see, today we'll be driving the TVP T-5051. Driving TVP for us is Hotspot King, and with him in the platoon is Igor in his Batchat, so we are going to see a double replay here. And you can expect a lot from these two, so let's just see what they do on the Live Oaks map. So as you can see, they had a pretty decent matchup here. Only a couple of tier 10s at the enemy side, so to be exact there is 4 enemy tier 10s. And well, as you can see, they are trying to advance towards the zero line, but they decided against it because, as you can see here on the enemy side, the AMX-50B is spotted, the Scout is spotted, so MX-1390, T-54E1, and well, what you can expect is that the other tanks are probably on this side, so on the K line, and trying to push through the zero line to the friendly cap. Also, all of the friendly team is going towards the city, so the best bet for the platoon is to go towards the city. Now, you can consider this as running away. I just want to say that this is probably the best option for them, because you do not want to try and stop that force that is coming through the zero line. So the best bet here is to use all of these tanks that you have here to either overrun the tanks in the city or just try and defend against the enemies that are advancing through the zero line. Now, the Batchat stayed a little bit behind, trying to take a couple of shots on the enemy tanks, but as you can see, Hotspot King is just rushing towards the city and trying to make an overmatch on the autoloaders that are here. So the T-54E1 does a great job here on the friendly tank, and the MX-50B, a great autoloader, also doing a lot of damage. But as you can see, the MX-1390, the friendly AMX, did a good job here. Couple of shots into the 50B, and well, the 50B is left on low HP. Fortunately, Hotspot shots a couple of shots here and only one pans through it, so he is now on the reload. The reload on the T-5051 is around 20 seconds. He is using the premium consumable, so you can expect somewhere around 22 to 23 seconds if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, this is the advantage of the tier 10 Czechoslovakian vehicle against the Batchat, probably the one that you want to compare this tank to. Now, a bad play here, he goes into the line of fire of the tank destroyer, tier 9 Swedish tank destroyer, gets a shot in the side, but he manages to take out the MX-1390 for his first kill. Earlier we saw the Igor in his Batchat just going towards the T-54E1 and finishing him off, unloading the clip. Couple of bad moves here by Hotspot, and he is on low HP, so he is under 1000 HP and he needs to be really careful towards the end of the game. Now once again going towards the STRV 103, but as you can see, Igor does a great job here and he finishes him off. So exactly what I was talking about, the force that was trying to go towards the zero line just pushed through and managed to kill all the tanks that were defending. The tank destroyers are in a position on the C6, so you cannot expect from the enemy team to just push up and try and cap the base, because they're probably not going to get into the cap with all those tank destroyers around there. So the last kill on the scout on this side, and well, what Hotspot is doing here is just trying to find a couple of sniping shots on the enemy tanks that are advancing. So this Soho is in a pretty bad position. He is turned sideways towards two autoloaders, and we can see how much damage you can dish out when you are playing in your autoloaders. But it looks like Igor is having some trouble finishing off the Oho, so we are probably going to... no, the AT-15 finishes him off. So yeah, this is the advantage when you are driving the autoloaders. We saw a couple of kills here from Hotspot and Igor, and they are really dominating this side. So now what they have to do is just defend against the enemy team. The enemy team really cannot go into the cap because they are going to get outspotted and they are going to get shot at. You can see that this 113 is doing a good job there. He is trying to push forward and trying to provide vision, but that's not really going to happen because he is going to get clipped, as you can see here. Unfortunately, the penetration on the Skoda is not that great when you're shooting regular shells. It's the APCR, so he is having trouble penetrating the 113 from that position. It's a pretty far, I believe it is more than 300 meters. So yeah, the penetration dips on the APCR shells pretty quickly, so not really able to penetrate there. Now waiting for the 113 to make a mistake or just for the other tanks to push up. So there are the shots from Igor into the... it was the tier 8 VK that was trying to cross the open field towards the friendly tanks, and that was a mistake. Now side armor on the 113 is good, but not that good, as you saw there. TVP able to put 3 shots, and just as he was spotted he was able to put the last spot into the 113. Now they're playing really good here. They are on 7 kills, and only a matter of question is where the tank destroyers are. So they are not being spotted anywhere, and I believe that Hotspot has the shot here on the Luva, but he is not taking a shot because he doesn't really want to risk it and try, and maybe he's going to miss this shot, maybe he's not going to penetrate. What he should have done in this position, and he is, I believe that he is doing it now, he should have gone towards a more open field and try and find the flanking shots on the Luva. There is a M4 A1, I believe it's the French premium tank, fighting off on the other side and with the Emil 1, and they were able to kill out the scouts. So that's a problem for the friendly team because they are trying to defend with the FV, the tank destroyer, but they are not able to spot anything. If the KV4 dies in the back on the A9, that is going to be the all over for the vision on the friendly team. So really not able to find a shot there on the Luve, and trying to hunt for the tank destroyers that are not yet spotted. So yeah, he's going to flanking on to do a flanking move on the Luve and well, try to find the tank destroyers. You would expect that the tank destroyers are probably somewhere near the railroad, near the position where Hotspot is just currently trying to, but in a minute or two we are just going to find them and see where they were. Now there is the Grille. Really, it looks like that he is having some trouble because he's not really aiming towards this position and he is not shooting on the Skoda T50. So you might say that this is a pretty lucky find, if I may say so, to find the Grille that looks like to be stuck in this position. But really, it's free damage and you're going to take it no matter what tank you are driving. So yeah, putting a couple of blind shots here on the Grille. Let's just see if he is... oh, unfortunately that one missed. Last one connects and he finishes off the Grille. So he's on 4400 HP, and that Grille blind shots, I believe it's around 1000. So this is a great amount of damage and 6 kills for him. Now just trying to flank on the team, on the rest of the tanks that are left here. Oh, and there is another tank destroyer there, and it looks like it is turned towards the side. A shot into the engine sets him on fire. 3 other shots finish off the tier 8 tank destroyer, and I believe that was the Grille was trying to help out this tank destroyer to turn him into the right side, and they both got stuck. So yeah, sometimes you have these kind of games, sometimes you have to for your damage. I'm not saying that this is not a great game, but really this damage at the end really was an easy damage for him. So yeah, now pushing on the French tier 8 premium tank, the Liberté, and first shot hit shell, second shot hit shell, the third one, and the fourth one finishing off the Liberté on 1000 HP for the 8th kill. Now there is a couple of tanks there left. It's the Emil 1, and Emil 1 just got shot down by the Batchat, so by Igor. So 12 kills for them. That's the Crucial Contribution Medal secure, and let's just see who finds the last shot on the M4, the French premium medium tank. It looked like it is going to be a hard match, but at the end they had a pretty lucky with the two tank destroyers just got stuck there, and well, sometimes the luck is the part of the game. So yeah, not to take it from the victory, but it was pretty lucky at the end. Now going for the last kill, it's the Object 416. That's a GG, and let's take a look at the boss game stats. Hotspot, as you can see, got a plethora of medals like Radley-Walters, Crucial Contribution, Brothers in Arms, High Caliber, Top Gun, and of course the Master Badge Ace Tanker. On the team score sheet we can see that he finished first with over 7700 damage, 8 kills and 1400 experience. Igor also contributed massively with over 5600 damage and 4 kills. Detailed report, you can see that he fired 35 shots, of which 31 hit the target and 26 penetrated. And with the premium account he was able to lose 18,000 credits due to a couple of premium shells and a premium consumable. So at the end, a summary of what we saw in the gameplay. Now the platoon sensed the danger on one side and they decided to relocate at the beginning of the match, and that really decided the game from the start, because they were able to clean out one side, they secured their flank, and they were able to then defend the friendly team's cap, and after that go around and flanked on the enemy team. The enemy team had a mishap with 2 tank destroyers, but really that doesn't take away from the victory here, because the platoon did excellent, and well, as I said, luck is the part of the game. Overall the platoon played great, and well, this was a great demonstration of the TVP. As always guys, leave a like if you liked the replay, leave a dislike if you didn't like the replay, leave a comment what you think about the find that the TVP had here on those tank destroyers. Also, if you don't know what to watch next, you can watch the previous video with the WZ132 and a 1 vs 3 situation. Also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, you can do it now. I hope you guys like this one, and I'll see you in the next one.